to me the nameplate.
Judge Eboni K Williams.
So the only thing that matters in this particular courtroom is how I see it. I am from North Carolina by way of Louisiana with some West Coast cool and a New York edge. Do we have a problem, ma'am?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
Equal justice is all about the most important values of our country: freedom, integrity, and those are the things that I'm striving for. Ma'am, you run your household, this man gets to run his. I decided to become an attorney and pursue the law. I wanted to be a voice for the voiceless. This court cannot hold this woman accountable. People from all sectors of life, black, white, purple, gay, straight, queer, and that's what equal justice with Judge Eboni K Williams is all about.
Thomas Whitmore claims he had to replace his carpet after his friend stained it with mud while house-sitting. William Knight says the plaintiff's dog went out to go potty after a heavy rain and brought the mud into the house.
Gentlemen, see, I've got Thomas Whitmore here as my plaintiff, William Knight as my defendant. Mr. Whitmore, you are suing Mr. Knight for $6,500. What brings you to court today, sir?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I'm suing Mr. Knight for the $6,500 for property damage and negligence. I recently went on a PR trip for my firm to Portland, Oregon. It was a very last-minute trip, and I needed someone to watch both my home and my dog, Skipper. Mr. Knight and I have been friends for several years. We went to college together, and I asked him if he would be willing to watch the house and dog for me, and he agreed to do so. So as in gratitude for the favor, I took Mr. Knight out for a meal the evening before I left and gave him some brief instructions on how to take care of the house and the dog's routine to make sure he's fed morning and night and taken outside to alleviate himself. And then I went on my business trip. And when I came home from the trip, I discovered that there was mud and tracked into the living room. The whole place was an absolute mess. My carpet was damaged beyond repair.
Wow.
And it could have been, in addition to the mud, there was a lot of mud, but also there was a weird smell. So I'm not sure if something additional had been tracked into the house. And it wasn't just dog's footprints, it was also the footprints of an adult male. And so there was reason to believe that he had also gone outside and tracked mud into the house and ground it into the carpet.
Okay, how long were you on this trip, Mr. Whitmore?
Just 2 days, Your Honor.
So in 2 days, you're telling me that your entire house became so unimaginably filthy that you had to, what, replace your carpet?
Just the main living room next to the backyard, Your Honor. I actually have a photograph.
Okay, give your evidence folder, please, to my bailiff so I can take a look. And then we will hear Mr. Knight's side of things. Let's take a look here. Okay, nice place you got here. Okay, so all these big splotchy spots here. This is the mud you're talking about?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and you're saying it also had a smell?
Yes.
What did it smell like, sir?
It was a weird moldy excrement smell. I'm not sure if it was feces or something else.
Okay, all right. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, I'm also seeing this is the receipt for getting everything recarpeted, right?
That's correct,
So this
Your
is what you, so to have this pulled up, recarpeted, and installed cost you $6,500.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, let's get Mr. Knight in here. So much to go over with you, sir. So you agreed to house sit for your longtime friend.
That's right.
And dog sit.
That's right.
Have you ever done this before for him?
No.
So how'd you feel about taking on this responsibility for 2 days?
Well, I thought it would be a nice little getaway for me. I work from home, and I'm always at my place, so I know he has a nice spot.
Yes.
I've been there before. I've met the dog before. I thought, why not work from his place just to switch up my environment? What happened was it had been raining really badly. So that morning, I did not take Skipper on his normal morning walk.
So how was Skipper going to use the bathroom, sir?
No, he stepped outside to use the bathroom, but like the walk to get out energy didn't happen because of the rain. So I let him out in the backyard.
So you were that was part of the instruction.
Yeah.
When he took you to dinner, how was dinner, by the way?
The dinner, we go to dinner regularly. So for him to say that he took me to dinner and paid for the dinner as a thank you for this is just inaccurate. I don't want to make this tit for tat, but he's brought me here today. So I can tell you that we go to dinner a couple times a month and we flip-flop on who pays.
So he's calling cap on that, sir. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. So y'all just have a normal dinner. We'll go with that for now. But he does give you some instructions around Skipper and how to maintain the house and all of that. Okay.
There were no instructions on what to do if it rained, though. And there were no instructions as to what would happen in his backyard if it did rain. Because in fact, the rain caused mud And if there were feces in the backyard, that was there before I got there, because it was also never said to me that I had to pick up any dog feces, because I would have said no to that.
Okay, I know that's right. Okay, we heard you loud and clear, Mr. Knight.
And when it came time to go outside, the dog would normally just step outside, take a little pee or whatever it needed to do, its business, and then it would go back inside. Today was different, perhaps because of the walk or the lack thereof. But the dog ran outside, started doing donuts in the mud, came back inside, and I had already prepared me to take off my shoes, go inside, put on my inside shoes, and grab the towel to clean off the dog.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
It was possibly built up energy because he was not able to go on his typical morning walk.
I don't think this is about the carpets or the dog.
What do you think it's about? Enlighten us, Mr. Knight.
And later,
We fronted her $650. The day of, I was notified by the venue owner that something had happened at the venue and that Ms. Parker here was no longer present.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with a case of Thomas Whitmore, who was fighting with William Knight over a carpet cleanup.
So the dog runs inside. My thought process in this, quick thinking manner is I gotta run inside, get the dog as fast as possible. So yes, I went in with my
the shoes.
which obviously made mud marks on the floor also. And I gotta tell you, I feel really bad about this. I did not want this.
Did you offer to have the carpets cleaned, sir?
I did.
Okay.
I offered to do a steam cleaning, which is usually around $300, to steam.
Well, I don't know. It sounds like you got that from an old Steamers commercial back in 1992, sir.
Well, perhaps I haven't.
Trying to get, and I know that commercial. I think nowadays that's probably going to be closer to, I don't know, I would imagine $800. But whatever it is, it's not $6,500.
That's the point.
Oh, that's the point. Okay. So my question is, before you spent the $6,500, sir, did you at least have a steam crew or some type of professional carpet cleaning business assess the damage?
One of the many things about this carpet that's significant in this case is that when it's exposed to friction when wet, a lot of the carpet fibers will pull up from the matting.
So it's ruined. Essentially, once it's tracked on, it's a wrap.
Correct.
I bet so. In the perfect world, in your perfect world, you would have said what that would have changed the course of action here?
I would have perhaps encouraged him to clean the dog's feet outside instead of opening.
I think he said he tried to. And it sounds like the dog ran into the house before he could get a hold of the dog.
I wasn't there, so I can't speak to that, Your Honor, but I do know that this dog
Well, you don't think your friend's lying? Certainly, I know you don't think that, do you?
All I know is that my dog's temperament is not the sort of temperament to have that kind of energetic display.
Well, I understand that, which is why Mr. Knight already told the court in candor that it was possibly built up energy because he was not able to go on his typical morning walk.
I don't think this is about the carpets or the dog.
What do you think it's about? Enlighten us, Mr. Knight.
I think that he's upset with me.
Why is that?
We've been friends since college. We're two gay men. We've had a lot of years together as friends.
Okay.
And every now and then, you have a bit too much to drink, and one thing leads to another.
Your Honor, this is an
There was a
inappropriate
point
disclosure.
where he asked.
Hold on, Mr. Whitmore. Now we getting to tea. Go ahead, Mr. Knight. Let's get to tea.
And
yeah.
again, I'm not upset. I'm only having to defend myself.
Well, you think that he has a crush? He wants.
He made
more
it clear
of a
that he did,
relationship.
and when I said that I only wanted to be friends, it's not that long ago.
Okay.
So I think that he's doing this
So
because
this is
he's
punitive. You think this is
do.
punitive?
And if I was a real, I would countersue.
Oh, okay. Mr. Whitmore, what do you say about the allegation that this is not about carpets or dogs or rain or any of that? This is because you are disappointed that your friend is not reciprocating your romantic overtures.
With respect, Your Honor, that's an infuriating statement to hear. I would hope that the two of us at our age and the maturity that we have would be able to have a conversation without bringing some kind of unrequited love story to be the reason I'm here today.
So that's not it at all. You don't. You just only want platonic friendship from Mr. Knight.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Are you sure? Because you did hesitate.
I think what happened in the past, we did have a connection in the past, I thought, but I would like to think that he could believe that I'm mature enough to respect his decision-making without
so
trying
you're
to bring him
not.
to court.
I appreciate this. So you're not denying that there's some attraction on your part, but you're saying that you can be grown enough, adult enough, and mature enough to accept that he doesn't feel the same way and y'all can just be friends?
Was attraction, to clarify, Your Honor.
Okay.
I think that this may have killed anything that may have been there in the past.
All right. Well, do you still think you want the friendship at least?
At this point, and hearing some of these things, I don't know that I would.
I think you'll get over it. I think that this is a good friend to you, sir. He's, I'd like to be your friend, Mr. Knight.
Thank you. Let's be friends.
You seem like you'd be a good time. And you do too, Mr. Whitmore. I think you are a very particular type of man, and I get it. I mean, you very, very nice home. And, maybe you're a little more rigid than your friend here, but I think that you got a good heart and that you two should. I don't think that this is worth throwing away a years-long friendship. Okay, so I hope you two gentlemen get past this. As it relates to this legal claim, here's what I'm going to do. I have no doubt that you did have to come out of pocket, sir, $6,500, which is quite an exorbitant fee, especially in these economic times. But here's the problem. I can't find a breach of duty of care or wrongdoing or even negligence on the part of Mr. Knight, because everything that everybody described to me what happened were the results of what we call acts of God. He didn't make it rain. He didn't make it so that the dog had an energetic burst. He didn't make it so that he was unable to kind of mitigate all of this damage that your house ensued. So acts of God are out of anybody's control. That's pursuant to the law. So acts of God are unfortunate. They end up costing people a lot of money. I mean, ask your insurance companies, right? And I could ask y'all who pay these premiums, but they're not anything that the court can assign blame around. So therefore, the court is going to rule in favor of the defendant, and the plaintiff's case is dismissed. I hope y'all can repair this friendship. It seems worth it.
All rise.
Judge Eboni has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case is dismissed.
It's disappointing to feel that this is how I'm ending the day.
I'm happy that I didn't have to pay the money. I didn't have it anyway, and he knew that. So I just hope that we can move forward and be friends again.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
I literally can't produce a sound.
Were you at the walkthrough that she did 2 weeks prior?
I was.
Okay, and
I was.
Everything was fine.
Everything was fine then.
So what was different?
I have no idea.
So you still don't know what the
No.
problem was?
This is Equal Justice. Elise and Greg Ward claim they hired the defendant to DJ at their wedding reception, but she bailed before dropping a single track. Jamie Parker says the venue speakers were blown and she couldn't spin without a sound system.
I've got Elise and Greg Ward here as my plaintiffs and Jamie Parker as my defendant. Mr. and Mrs. Ward, I see that you are suing Ms. Parker for $650. You say for breach of contract. Tell me exactly what happened.
Your Honor, myself and Mrs. Ward hired J. Beats Parker to play at our wedding reception. We fronted her $650 to come in, set up equipment. The day of, I was notified by the venue owner that something had happened at the venue and that Ms. Parker here was no longer present. I then, in a panic, ran down to the venue to see what was taking place at the venue. And as I was approaching, Mrs. Parker was exiting the venue. I stopped her to find out, first of all, what was going on. And she just claimed that, she couldn't do the wedding and that she had to go. No explanations. I tried to beg her to stay. She refused.
Okay, that sounds like a lot. Let me go get to you, Ms. Parker. Okay, so you are a professional DJ, yes?
That's correct.
How
and
long have
sound
you been doing
engineer.
that for a career?
For about over 10 years, Your Honor.
Over 10 years, okay. So you charge these two $650, and do you normally get your rate in advance?
No, actually, I don't. I thought it was very generous of them, but quite unnecessary since I usually only require a deposit, and $650 was a discounted rate that I did for Greg because we go way back. We went to college together.
I was gonna ask, how do y'all know each other? So this was a college friend of yours, sir?
Yes. I met her towards the end of my term, and ever since then, we just kept in touch, and I just figured I was looking for somebody who I could trust, who was
Have you
reliable.
hired her for other services?
No, this is the very first time.
This is the first time y'all are doing business together.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
The event blew out the speakers, so I guess when DJ No Beats arrived,
No
DJ No
beats.
Beats.
yeah, DJ
Okay.
No Beats, when you provided none.
This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with a dispute between Elise and Greg Ward and Jamie Parker over a wedding reception with no beats.
Do you have a contract there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, hand that whole folder to sir, to my bailiff. Just hand the whole folder over. Thank you. Oh, goodness. Thank you, darling. All right, great. Performer shall not be held liable for issues, arising from venue interference, access delays, or equipment failure beyond her control. So that's my real question. Yeah, so what are you saying was the reason, Ms. Parker, that you were unable to provide your services?
So it should be noted that 2 weeks before we did go to the venue, I did use all of my equipment. I took it with me. I made sure that I was able to plug into the venue speaker system and everything was copacetic. The day of the wedding, I arrive at 2 p.m. and while I'm setting up my equipment, the venue owner comes up to me and tells me that I'm not able to use the speakers as we previously agreed to because they had some other previous party the week before and 2 of their speakers got blown out.
Oh, wow.
So now I'm being told, just absolutely refused, that I'm unable to plug in my equipment to these speakers now, which means I'm unable to perform my job. I literally can't produce a sound at this time.
Well, you have no amplification. Okay. Were you at the walkthrough that she did 2 weeks prior?
I was.
Okay, and everything was fine?
Everything was fine then.
So what was different?
I have no idea.
So you still don't know what the problem was?
Well, per the owner of the venue, apparently there was some prior event, and the event blew out the speakers. So I guess when DJ No Beats arrived,
DJ No Beats.
Yeah, DJ No Beats. When he provided none. So when she arrived, I guess he didn't want her to blow out the rest of the speakers, and so
So he did not grant her access?
Yes.
Judge Eboni's verdict when equal justice returns. This is Equal Justice.
I've heard enough. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm prepared to make a ruling in this case. I, too, would have been very upset if the arranged and bought and paid for music entertainment on my wedding day fell through, especially if it was no fault of my own, which it was no fault of yours. It really wasn't. However, Ms. Parker, to this court's satisfaction, did everything reasonably prudent that she should do. She did a prior 2-week walkthrough, she checked her equipment, everything was working, and the only reason y'all didn't get, what's your DJ name, ma'am?
J Beats.
The only reason you didn't get J Beats, and instead you got No Beats, Mrs. Ward, is because of venue interference. The venue had a prior event that blew their system, and it prohibited this vendor from being able to properly execute her job. Per the contract, she is protected from liability in black and white because this falls under venue interference. She operated in good faith. The plaintiff's case is dismissed. That is my ruling.
All rise.
Judge Eboni has ruled in favor of the defendant. The co-plaintiff's case is dismissed.
Yeah, I'm just happy that the judge was able to see both sides. I think she was absolutely fair about what happened. I did everything in my power to ensure they got their services, so.
I reached out to who I thought was my friend here to do a favor for me, and they didn't come through. That's something I gotta live with for the rest of my life,
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.